don't worry so much about what people are thinking. They are not living your life. If you have a dream and they're laughing at you, it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So stop worrying about what they think. Like I could go on. We're gonna on that because
Yeah,
I could
no, it's okay. Good evening, kabayans. Let's start this live with a teaching moment. Someone asked me today, what is a kabayan? And a kabayan is basically a friend. This is a Filipino term, a friend from the same town. It could also be a friend from the same province, the same country. If you're a Filipino, if you're Canadian, if you're American, you are my kabayan. So good evening, kabayan, and welcome back to another Tuesday night at 7. All right, I've got someone incredibly special joining me. She's a businesswoman, a super mom, and honestly, the reason why I'm even comfortable talking on the camera today. She's been a great leader to me, and we are going to be talking about everything but business. So you guys are in for something good tonight. See, she's been such a positive force in my life and in so many others. And that's the truth, Michelle. Michelle Ferguson, I'm honored you're here. We're going to talk about leadership, life after 40, and growth, and fun rapid fire at the end. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. I'm doing so good. I'm like my ears are hot because I'm excited. It's not nervousness because I could talk to a wall all day and have a great time, but my
Yes, you
ears are
can.
hot. I was
Yes, you
excited.
can. I just would like to say hi to everyone joining us today. There's 5 of you so far. That's amazing. That's a good number to start the live. I see Sal, I see Monica, Michelle, of course. I don't know who the other two are, but welcome. Take us to your day, Michelle. You seem like you had such a busy day today, and it's such an honor that you are joining us tonight. I appreciate this.
It's a privilege. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a good conversation. I know it. You're such a
How?
good person. I just want to take over for a quick second and
Okay,
tell
okay.
your audience how much, and mine, I guess, too, how much I adore you, appreciate you. It's been incredible watching your growth and just how you just love people and you want to see people well. And you're doing these TNA7s just to help bring value to your community. I just think you're amazing. You're amazing dad. You're just a real
Ah,
fireball. I'm excited for where you're going to go in your life.
all right. It's over, guys. That's it. That's the wrap. That's the wrap. I appreciate you, Michelle. Other than the TNA7, it sounds a lot like you, to be honest.
Aw,
Ever since I met you on Zoom the first time ever, I'm like that person. I feel a connection with that person immediately, and to this day, I still look up to you. I listen to you. You're a good coach. You're a good leader. Let's start with this. Let's start
okay.
this. We're gonna go down. We're gonna do some heavy hitting immediately. When life throws curveballs, how do you shift your mindset to keep moving forward?
Well, I'm going to pull the cliche gratitude first. I think everybody probably knows that's a pretty typical answer. You look at what you have when there's a curveball and something's going, sort of feels like it's downhill. What do I have that's going uphill at the same time? What do I have going for me? What am I grateful for? And that does not just come naturally. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but it is definitely something when I lay down at night and I'm going to sleep, I fall asleep just being grateful for the things that I have. And so gratitude's the first one. Here's a kind of an interesting one that I've adopted over the last while. And I don't know why it hit me one day this last probably 3, 4, 5 months. Is this situation gonna matter at the end of my days? Is this going to really matter at the end of my days? When I'm laying there ready to go to the pearly gates, I'm laying there. Is this something we're going to be talking about? Is this something I'm going to be worrying about? Am I going to be reflecting on it? Is anyone else going to be reflecting on it? And I literally ask myself those kind of questions. And you know what the answer often is?
What's that?
No. No. Like
Absolutely.
it isn't that, as my teenager daughter would say, it's not that deep, mom. That's another one. My default mode also is just positive. In fact, I've
Yeah.
been accused of being too positive by my teenage daughter, but also other people like, well, how are you so positive? But positivity is your default mode. You always think the best about people, about situations. I just don't let it, I don't get dragged into the negative stuff very much. And then
Yeah.
probably one of the biggest ones is my faith. Just knowing, you know what, there's a bigger plan than this one little thing. Like this is just a piece of the puzzle. And though it may be hard, it's a curveball. It spun me around. Maybe we're gonna get through it. We're gonna figure it out. That's really what I do, I suppose.
I love,
Maybe
I
that's
love, I
typical.
love,
I don't know.
I love that mindset. Monica says your daughter is wonderful. Yes, and she's got the best name in the world, Sula. That's
Yep.
an amazing name.
Thank
Amazing
you.
name. Piggybacking off what you just said, can mindset be trained, or are people born with it?
I always say that mindset's a muscle. And it, again, when I was saying that I didn't like, it's not natural for me. I don't think it's natural for anyone because a lot of the time we're fight or flight, and like we default to the negative. The news is negative. What do you hear most on reviews of products? Even the
Yeah.
negative, right? Complaining is really so natural to people, but it's a muscle you have to train. When something happens or when someone says something, you have to be like, stop, take a breath. How do I really feel about that? How am I going to let that impact me? But it's a muscle. And so you start to train your responses in your head to the things that are said or that are happening, that you start slowly building that muscle. And then you can go back and do that rep again easier every time because you've built it. We are not born with it. And it's
It,
not
it
made.
does it does feel like sometimes it does feel like it's a lot more work to smile or to be positive than to just complain. I feel like complaining is so easy for everyone nowadays, right?
Oh,
But going the other way of that is a lot harder. It takes more effort, but more rewarding in the end. You're training your mind to do things that you probably didn't think you could do.
yeah.
Are there any habits that keep that mindset strong for you?
It's just training it, just being
Okay.
aware. It's self-awareness. You've got to catch it. You've got to
Yeah.
catch the negative stinking thinking, we sometimes call it. You have to catch it when it happens and stop it and then replace it with something better. And when you said it's like it's hard, it is hard when you're learning to be that way, but it becomes natural after a while. It's your default mode. Like, for example, now when someone does something, if I'm in public or a friend or something, somebody behaves badly, my default mode is something's happening in their life. Something happened in their life. Something's happening in their life. We don't know what it is. Let's give them grace. That took training, training my mindset on that. And I just think it's the easiest way to be, though. Let's not get into the why did they this and why is this that. Just give people grace. That's one of the habits that I have now, and Sula does it too now. She's getting better with it, and so you have to model it too for your kids,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
say it out loud
absolutely,
so they learn
absolutely.
it too.
The
Pass
last
it
the
on to
last
the
two
next
guests has
generation.
been amazing as far as talking about these things are concerned, and I'm really, really grateful that we were getting a good guest after good guests. And this one, Michelle, I think you see this in me. I sometimes have self doubt, moments of self doubt or fear. How do you take that on?
This is going to be the unpopular answer, probably, but you feel the fear and do it anyway. We've all heard that one. But also, I tap into my resources. What are our resources? Mine are, I lean on the people who believe in me. I talk things out. I'm a communicator, so I'll use people as a sounding board. But then I truly believe that belief follows action. So when I'm doubting or I'm fearing, let's be honest, if I'm standing on the edge of a rock cliff, that's a real fear. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to go through the fire on that one. I'm going to back up. But everyday fears and stuff, just you have to take action, say yes, figure it out later, but then just know that the belief will come after you just step into that thing. Belief follows action. Take action. I always believe that. And I train on that too. I'm always telling you, you got to just take action. You're going to believe it once you see it.
I'm
Be nice to
prepared
believe
to
it.
I'm prepared to for this live to go past the usual 25-30 minutes because Michelle is going to be spitting wisdom left and right for sure, for sure. You play softball regularly, right? Every year. Is there anything about playing softball that teach you anything about mindset and teamwork? Maybe.
I look at it from this I've been playing for a lot of my adult life, actually. But I actually see it differently. I don't know if it changed, if it helped me with mindset and that sort of thing and teamwork, but I see it differently as a leader now. When I'm with my team, I'm one of the captains, And you can see when people are starting to, this, we're losing, or people are missing balls, or whatever it is. And you start to go, how can I change the atmosphere here? How can I shift their focus to something positive? I'm taking the skills I have now and I'm inserting it. I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know if it's taught me anything, but I know that teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes,
And so
absolutely.
we have to work together on things, but you can also have an impact. I suppose I've learned now you can have impact on the team vibe, the team mood, if you go in with something positive or proactive or building rather than tearing down. When other people are doing that, be the light, be a shiny person, help drag them into your positivity if you can. Tell them, speak belief. I love speaking life into people. I do that with my team when I feel it's a little bit.
And
Yeah.
you guys, just so you guys know, I asked Michelle a question about softball. When she answered that question, I can see that with her leadership. She's my leader in my business, and I see that that's what she does too on my team. When somebody is feeling down, she is like ready to build them up, to edify them, and that's what makes this human being so amazing. Let's talk about your journey, Michelle. When you look back, what's the turning point in your life that shaped who you are today?
Well, this is going to be a bit of a vulnerable answer,
Ooh, I
but
love that.
but the breakdown of my first marriage. There's a lot of, and those of you who have gone through it will understand that there's a lot of awareness and self-searching that comes from that. And the money situation, I became a single mom. You're making decisions by yourself. More, a lot of the decisions are by yourself. Where's the money spent? Where am I going to live? School, like all the things. But I really found out how resilient I was. I also found out that I can squeeze a pack of diapers and a turkey out of a nickel. That sure shifted my life. Like, you can pull those strings tight when you need to. And my husband now, he always is in awe of how I existed, how I ran my life on a low single income that way. But you sure find out that your decisions will either guide you in the right direction or the wrong direction, and you learn to shift. That takes a lot of self-awareness, though. You can't just, it doesn't just happen. You have to be aware. But I really learned how strong I am, and that I can move mountains. I can make things happen. I can make decisions that are going to be positive and help the trajectory of my life, my daughter's life. I think it was a emotional turning point. It was a strengthening turning point. I learned a lot about myself then. I think I really became a woman at that point, because I had to stand on my 2 feet and model for my daughter both weakness but also strength. And I actually believe that weakness is a strength, vulnerability is a strength, because you're not afraid to show it. I'm not afraid to cry, I'm not afraid to show emotion, and I think I went through all the emotions in that time. But my mom would say, she's 91, she would say the reason I'm so good mentally at this age is because when I was happy I'd laugh, when I was sad I would cry, and when I was mad, I'd yell.
Yeah.
She's like, look me in the,
Go with the
you know,
emotions.
I didn't bottle anything up. So I learned that emotions are okay. The decisions I made, nothing life changing in a negative way happened, that you can always readjust your pathways. Anyway, there was a long
I love
answer
it.
to a short question.
Monica says Michelle totally supported me up a mountain one day. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's
Literally,
Michelle. That's Michelle.
literally inspiring
My,
Monica.
my next question, you kind of answered it with that last answer you had. My next question was, what's a lesson you learned the hard way that you're now grateful for? You can maybe just elaborate a little bit more if you want, but if not, I'll go into the next question.
Well, I've got a little different answer on this one. A hard lesson I learned was in my previous business, but before it shut down, is I lost a lot of my team, a lot of leaders, and it was an organizational breakdown. And I think it's interesting that there is, in both situations, it's from a breakdown. And there's this really great quote I love that I'm never going to ever get it right, but the gist of it is that if you were to see the expression of a seed transforming, it has to completely fall apart. It has to completely come apart, and it looks like absolute destruction and disaster. but what comes from it is something beautiful. And again, lessons I learned. They left. I stuck it out. I learned about my loyalty, how strong my loyalty is. I'm really benefiting from my loyalty today with our new company. But it was really just the resilience. I can start over. Yes, I can. I'm strong. And I've rebuilt again, like that I can do that. It was a hard lesson, but I learned a lot about my leadership, and people gave me feedback about my leadership that they appreciated it all those years before. So much good came from a very hard situation. I'm proud of how I handled it. I'm proud of how I navigated it.
I love that. I love that. You have a great team right now,
I sure do.
and we all look up to you, and that's pretty amazing because you know it's nonstop. Like every day, you build everybody up, no matter what, no matter what.
Love that
You
part.
also you also coached. Is it competitive figure skating?
Figure skating, yep. Yep.
Figure skating, just figure skating, not competitive.
Well, I had people who competed, but we won't get into
Okay.
the fineness of like competitive stream, whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
I had kids who competed. I competed. I grew up skating.
How was that? How was that? And how long has it been? And how was that for you?
I think I got on the ice at 5. I worked through my triple gold, which is figures, free skate, dance, by the time I was 16. And so I started coaching professionally and making an income all the way up till in my 30s. It was a great way to take that passion and just.
We would love to see that in one of your
Oh,
reels, in one
I
of
don't
your
know.
videos.
I don't think I have it. I don't have any videos. You can watch Sula though. Sula's an amazing
It
skater.
was amazing. I'm watching some of her skating. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. You can tell somebody there's a good coach behind her for sure. Monica says you're a Wonder Woman. Yes, she is. Yes, she
Oh,
is.
you.
Let's talk about let's talk about life at 40. You don't even look 40. Life at 40. What's something you appreciate about yourself now that you didn't in your 30s?
Well, I don't even. I was gonna say I hate to say. I don't. I don't hate to say. I'm about to turn 50 in December. Actually, been through the 40s already, and what I appreciate about myself now that I definitely did not in my 30s, because I feel like in my 30s it's like that in between phase where I think you starting a family, getting married the first time, I was still learning about myself. I was still trying to figure out who I am. I still worried about what do people think of me. Like there was still a lot of that. How do I fit into the world? There was a lot of that in my 30s. But through my 40s, and I'll tell you what, being in this industry has been a humongous boost up in that way. My confidence has gone up. I've seen that nothing I do is tearing my life down, really. But I've come to love who I am. I really love I love how I am with people. I love how I naturally love people, how I want to lift people. I appreciate that about myself. And I've learned that the people who aren't interested in who I am and what I stand for and the value I bring can just scroll on by, literally and figuratively. There are billions of people out in the world. You don't like me, that's okay. I'm going to give value and help people and just like love on people in my way. And if it's too much for you, it's too bad. Whatever. You're not my people. It's okay. I've learned to let go of that. I'm not here to serve people that don't want to be served by what I have or who I am. I really appreciate that. And I hear the 50s get even better. You really don't care in your 50s. You like really don't care about what people think. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
hey, we're almost there.
We're ready. Sal said super impressive. Yes, she is, Sal, and well said.
Thanks.
And I'm just gonna vouch for what Michelle is talking about there because when I first met her, she was going through a lot with her team. She was losing. It sounds like she was losing very important people in her team. She never looked faced by it, and she just welcomed anybody who would accept the what she's offering, what the service that she's offering, and that's really what makes her a great person. And we appreciate her so much. How do you balance personal goals, family life, and busy career?
I don't like the word balance, actually. I'll give you a different word if that's
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
I believe in work life integration. And
Integration.
in my life, because I am self employed, I have my own business. And for the last 17 years now, I have learned that there's no true balance because there's seasons. There might be, like right now it's summer, my daughter is having the best summer ever. I have more time, I can lean into my business a little more. Come the winter, and she's going into high school, and there's figure skating 3 days a week for her, and whatever else is going to be going on, I might have to lean back a little bit. So you change the level of you adjust the integration how you need to. Or I work for myself, I go on vacation. Well, there's going to be a lot less work being done, right? And so then I come back and I lean in a little harder. And you have to have a partner and a family that they understand that, because that's just the nature of being an entrepreneur. But yeah, it's integration. I can be sitting watching my daughter figure skate and I can do a little work. So I integrate it. It's not like sometimes it's black and white. We're talking about time blocking, red zone, there's no work. And then there's yellow zone, a little bit of, that's really the integration part there. That's how I do it. I just
Love it.
go with the flow with what needs the most attention. I prioritize, I suppose.
See, I learned something today. I'm going to start using integration instead of balance. I use
Yeah.
balance a lot in this show, on this show.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
non-negotiables in your life that keeps you grounded, Michelle?
Well, health. Health is, if you don't have your health, what do you have? You have a very poor quality of life, I would say. If your health is always a stressor, it's an inhibitor or it's a stressor. So health is up there. My peace. I have come to a place in my life where I value peace. I really do. And I will fight tooth and nail to make sure I have peace. That's a big one. That's important. My family time, spending quality time with my husband is important, with my daughter is important. And also faith, my faith. Non-negotiable to me is being more like Jesus, as they say, right? Just be good to others, just be loving to others, serve others. I love that in our business we are serving others with their wellness, and it's such a gift that we have to give, and it's not negotiable for me. It fits in beautifully with who I am, because I just want people to be happy and well and all that stuff. Those are non-negotiables. Getting to the gym, eating well. I'm not perfect, nobody wants you to be perfect about it, but enjoy your life, but prioritize your health so that you can give. When you're healthy, you can give more to everybody else, and then you're not like the one having to take everything. And there's seasons for that too. We're not well at times and people will give back, but when you're doing well, I really truly believe that when we are feeling good, strong, healthy, positive, it's like an obligation for us to pour that out onto others. And then when we aren't well and we need support and loving and guidance and all this stuff, that hopefully people will be pouring it back. That's life, man. I just feel like there's got to be give and take. And when you are feeling well, give it. When you need it, ask for it, even if you need to. I don't know. Did I go off on a tangent? That happens. Perimenopause too.
And I just wanna give a massive shout out to Steve for taking care of you. One of the best things I remember him is he booked a surprise trip for you last year, and you didn't know where you guys are going until you got there, and that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. I don't know. I don't know if I could pull that off, but that's like I was following that trip. I was following that trip, and I was actually telling you, Michelle, where are you going?
I don't know. We're at the airport and I'm looking at the different possibilities. We're going to the international wing. It was so funny. He loves traveling, and he could have been a travel planner. We have our honeymoon in October, November, and he's doing all the planning.
Exciting. That's exciting.
He's not concerned at all. He's like, I just basically he'll check with me on things, and I just need to know what to pack. Really.
Amazing. I hope it's something great, something bucket list material for sure.
It is.
Yes.
Do you want me to... It's New Zealand.
Yes, New Zealand is amazing. That's a bucket list for me for sure. All right. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice.
Ooh, I love this one.
Take us through it. What would be the advice?
I think it goes along with what I said about my 40s versus my 30s. Like, stop caring so much about what people think. Like, let it go. And it's very, very hard, because I think we need to, it's like a safety thing. You grow up and you're navigating, you need to be with the crowd, like be with the herd. It's safety in numbers. You need people like you to like you. Does that make sense? You need people who are like you to like you. And then when we value somebody's opinion really high, Like I would go back and I'd be like, why does it matter so much to me what that person thinks? Because here's the truth. 3 seconds later, they're not thinking about you anymore. They're not thinking about what happened.
That's true.
They're not
That's
thinking,
true.
they're too busy thinking about what people think about them. And if I could just like, Sula, if you're watching, I want to impress this upon her and everybody that really like think of the things that how held back we are by overthinking what people think about us. How much farther would we go if we didn't care? If we only worried about serving those who actually want that service? What if we just did the things? What if we just wore the thing? What if we just laughed out loud at something and nobody else? Who cares? Like they're on to their other thing anyway. So I feel like that is my biggest piece of advice, is just don't worry so much about what people are thinking. They are not living your life. If you have a dream and they're laughing at you, it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So stop worrying about what they think. Like I could go on. We're gonna on that
Yeah,
because I
no,
could like stand on
Jackson,
the
the
soapbox
Silver
for
Lab,
that.
said, bucket list for all of us. Yes, it is, Jackson, New Zealand. Monica said, sweet, New Zealand. And yeah, great point, Jackson says. All right. Do you have any favorite position to play on the field and why?
I'm the pitcher. I'm the pitcher.
Oh,
I've been the pitcher for decades, it feels like now. And it's underhand, so it's right. You're
yeah.
lobbing the ball, so it's soft or slow pitch, but it's my favorite position because that's what I've been doing, and apparently I'm pretty good at it. So I just do it because I am confident. I'm not. If you stick me at shortstop, I will probably want a whole body shield in front of me. If I'm on first, I'd be afraid to miss and I'd overthink it. So now I just muscle memory, just like mindset, and I just
Yeah.
throw the ball. So I'm the
And
pitcher.
I feel like being a pitcher, there's some precision involved with that too, right? It's not like you can't just throw like you're throwing from the outfield to the first base or outfield to the, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of control involved with that pitch.
Well,
So that's
you
so
have the
cool.
plate and then you have the strike mat. So it's very small, it's very narrow, but it is definitely if I even squint my eyes, Chris, I have found that I'm not pitching it well. I have to like relax. I have to say relax your face. I can only imagine what major league pitchers go through
Oh
with
my
like
gosh,
mindset.
yes.
Like you have to like feel the same feeling every time. It's anyways. I love it. I love it. I
Love
hate
it.
it when it
Love
comes
it.
right up the middle though. Woo! Like I don't like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Michelle, before we wrap, I prepared a set of would you rather questions specifically for Michelle Ferguson.
Okay.
No overthinking, first things into your head. Would you rather have unlimited free travel or extra 8 hours added to your week every week?
Free travel.
Free travel. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Would you rather master any skill you try or be able to relive any single day in your life that you want to?
Oh, that's a tough one. Relive a single day.
You're free to explain your answer if you want. Okay.
I don't have an explanation. You said don't overthink.
All
I
right.
could create a t-shirt company where the one and only t-shirt we sell is give me a minute, I need to overthink about it. So I'm just throwing the answers now.
All
Don't
right. All
overthink.
right. Would you rather have dinner with your younger self or your future self? Ooh,
Ooh, younger self.
younger self.
Same back to
Oh,
that question.
there's gonna be a lot of like talking to that younger self.
She's gonna be like, go, be gone. I already get it from my teenagers. I know what that would be like.
All right. Well, this is the next one is kind of light, very light. Would you rather never have to do chores ever again, or never have to deal with stress ever again? That's kind of
Stress.
like a balance.
Stress. I say stress. Yeah,
For
stress.
sure,
I
for
don't mind
sure.
chores. Chores sometimes it feels purposeful. You know, it's nice to see the dust come off the cabinets. You know.
Would you rather have the power to inspire anyone you meet or have the power to instantly calm any stressful situation? That's going to be a tough one for Michelle.
No. Yeah. The first one, because
Have the power.
I do feel like you need to go through hard stuff to come out stronger on the other side. So I don't want to calm stressful situations. People learn a lot about themselves through stressful situations. So no.
For sure. This one I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would you
Yeah.
rather get a handwritten letter from someone whose life you've impacted, or would you rather receive public recognition in front of thousands?
The letter. I mean,
Yeah.
I've spoken on a stage and people clap for you and stuff, but it's like they're listening, they're clapping because that's what you do. You don't sit there without clapping. But I just think that one-on-one, to know that somebody had their life has been altered in a positive way, like I'd be like, "Ah," I'd be that emoji, "Ah," I'd be like, oh my God. But it
That's
just would
amazing.
fill my cup, because I feel like we're here to serve, and I just want people to live better, however that looks. So that would just be everything. I'd be like,
I
yes.
agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Would you rather wake up every day knowing exactly what's going to happen, or wake up every day with a blank slate?
Ooh. Whew, now that's a hard one. Okay, don't overthink. Don't overthink. Can I have something in the middle where I kind of have the framework for the day, but I don't know how it's going to go? I don't know that. I don't know. Who could even, you guys in the chat, tell which one would you pick on that one? That's a really tough one. It takes so
Yeah.
much time to like figure out what you're going to do that day. If I started with a complete blank slate, I think I'd be lost. So maybe let's go with the first one, knowing what's going to happen.
All right, everybody in the chat, Michelle is asking the same question to you guys. Would you rather wake up every day knowing exactly what's going to happen, or would you rather wake up every day with a blank slate?
What would you
So,
guys pick?
yes.
Exactly, like every detail?
Oh, yeah. Inspiring. And it's Karen,
Oh,
one
I
of our
know who you
teammates.
are.
All
You're
right,
the cutest Jackson the lab, silver lab on the planet.
for sure, for sure. Would you rather live 1 year with zero responsibilities, or live 10 extra healthy years at the end of your life?
10 healthy years. 100%.
I love it. I love
100%.
it. Last one. I like this one. This is the best one. The last one. Would you rather have your own theme song play every time you walk into a room, spotlight, speakers, the works, or
Wow.
have a personal hype squad following you everywhere for a week? I'll
I
give you even 2 weeks.
I following me everywhere for 2 weeks.
Your hype
Oh
squad,
man.
yes.
I'm the hype squad. I don't know. How do we, that's a good question. You guys gotta answer this too. Well, I'm gonna overthink this one just
Okay,
because that's
go
who
for
I
it. Go
am.
for it.
You walk into a room, lights, sound, that's a big entourage. That's a lot of responsibility for them. You walk into a room, the music, the lights, everything going off could really irritate the heck out of everybody. But so could a hype squad going everywhere behind me. But you know what? I'll take the hype squad, because I believe so much in others, and I know how it makes a difference when you elevate somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the hype squad, because they might help me get to a new level. They might help me unlock a new level. Maybe
All
that's the
right.
way. Yeah.
Okay, my answer to that is I've always been, well, growing up, I was a fan of the Atlanta Braves. I
Yeah.
was a fan of Chipper Jones, and I always love his entrance coming in is Crazy Train by, is that Ozzy Osbourne? The Crazy Train song. And I was like, one day I'm going to have that. One day I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that going on that stage one day.
You get to pick your walkout song. They asked me what I
Yes.
wanted for my walkout song. I'm like, I get to pick a walkout song? So I've got it for next time now.
Awesome, awesome. Karen has so many comments. I lost you, Karen, but thank you for being so active on this chat. Monica as well. Monica says, "Love you, Michelle." Michelle, let's finish this up. Finish the sentence. If my life had a title, it would be. You can
Right.
overthink. You can overthink. I'll give you like 10 seconds or so.
Oh, now I got to count down from 10.
No, no, no.
Right.
Don't count that.
If there was a title for my life, love others. It's not very exciting, but really it's just who I
No,
am,
I
I
like that. I
guess.
like that. Because me and the first thing that came to mind is Life of Michelle. That's so
Life, the
that's so
life of
lame. Life
Michelle.
of Michelle. That's so lame. Anyway, I and this one, the next one is I hope people remember me for.
Believing in them.
I love that. I love that because I get that from you, Michelle, every time we chat, and I really appreciate your leadership. I'm glad we didn't talk much about business today because I don't want people to say Chris is just bringing each and every one from his business on these chats. No, I'm bringing people that make a difference in my life and in everybody's life. I know that some of you watching, when I edit this and I post it, some of you will really pick up from a lot of things that Michelle said and from things that I said. So that's the reason why I ask people to join me on this lives. This Michelle, what's next for you? Any I know the trips, any projects, anything. What's going on with Michelle other than life, other than
I am just learning to get my poop in a group as far as time and that integration and stuff. It really is almost like a new chapter. I'm getting things organized in my business. I'm getting my life, like time, like having more free time. I call it my juicy life, is kind of thing. Like you have an orange and that's your life and you want to squeeze every drop out of it. I find being a parent, being busy in business, you sometimes you lose track of who you are and the things you love to do. So that's kind of a big one. So time blocking and like reserving time for me to do things, go out with friends, go on a hike. So that's really something I'm working on right now, is just living life bigger and better and squeeze every drop out of that orange. Yeah.
And I can vouch for that. I see it. I see it personally. I see her doing that. So she's not just saying that. I see her doing that. Michelle,
Yep.
thank you for your inspiring life and your inspiring leadership. I see that every day, just like what I said. And if there's any takeaway from this chat, this is Michelle is not just about work. She's about finding joy in the things she loves.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing your heart and your wisdom tonight. Thank you for everyone. This is one of the busiest live I've ever had, and it it says a lot about you, Michelle. It says a lot
Oh,
about you. So I
thanks for the
appreciate everybody that showed up. Sal, especially Sal. There's a lot of comments from Sal.
opportunity.
Yeah, Monica, Karen, and everybody that came here. Thank you so much. On Thursday we will have Moises as our guest, and thank you again, Michelle, and
Thank you, Chris.
all the
Thank you.
best in everything you're doing, and keep leading the way you are leading. Keep being you.
Thank you. You too. You're awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Take care.